starting to rain. It got cold. What's up? I don't know if anybody's watching. Say zero watching, but I'm back. It's cold as shit. It started sprinkling. I was roping, trying to rope anyways. I mean, I got the dummy. I'm under the carport. Right there's the dummy. Let me throw a few loops. I need to get a microphone, a wireless or Bluetooth microphone, if I can, so you guys can hear me when I'm roping way out here. That was a whole rope. That was pretty far. Yeah. That was pretty far loop right there. I don't know if I was on the camera or not, but that was pretty far out there. I'm just chilling outside. Had a phone call earlier of my other live. It's cold. It's getting cold, though. Just out here trying to get out of the house. Just chilling. Trying to get out of the house today. Storm's coming in, though. I set some kind of shower up in the northern part. I'm not that far from the Rocky Mountain area. I believe this is the Rocky Mountain area. I was watching the news earlier. They were talking about stuff on the border. That's crazy, man. You know, I'm not affiliated with any parties. I'm not with the donkey, or I'm not independent, conservative. I'm none of that. I'm not even registered to vote. I'm not even registered to vote. But I do live in the United States. My tribe saved this nation. That's why I am United States, because we helped serve this country back in World War II. Code talkers, Navajo code talkers. But damn, the bugs are already out. Holy shit. That's the first insect I've seen flying. Wow. They are out already. But I thought it was going to rain. But the clouds moved. I watched it move while I was trying to set up everything. It got windy. So I went back here, it was chill, where it's nice and cool, or nice and out of the wind. Protected by the fence right here in the house, the trailer, the mobile home. You know, those things that have wheels you can mobile around. But I'm trying to figure out what kind of content to make, you know. Only thing I know is roping. That's the only thing I know. I don't have no special skills and none of that shit. I show you the clouds. I believe it stopped. It stopped for now. What do you guys want me to do? Oh, he says I got 9 watching. Right on. My eyes started itching. Want to see me rope? Try to rope anyways. I'm still learning how to rope. Right there, good enough. See, the sun's trying to come out. I'll show you. Oh, wrong way. See the sun? Traffic going by. Because what shall I do? Should I won't go live that long. Just quick live, maybe 30 minutes or so. So ride the steer. I like roping these because the horns are long. The average dummy is about right here. Usually about right here. The Smarty's about right here. Really tiny horns, but I like roping bigger horns. It makes you control that rope easier. Makes you really work at catching the head. I used to put I used to get a 2-inch poly pipe added on here. I used to splice it and shove it on here. It used to be this far. I used to rope this right here. That's how I used to rope this dummy. I just get duct tape and put it right here with those poly pipes, I believe is what they're called. Those. I just splice it and just shove it on here and duct tape it. I used to put them all the way out to right here. I used to rope it like that. I used to go start out with 50. That's like about right, really close up to it right here. I used to go with 50. If I miss it, I go again. I keep going. I keep roping it until I get 50 in a row. Then I step back. Maybe 2 coil range. I try to rope 50 in a row. You know, that builds muscle memory if you're team roping, you know. Just like in any sports, you practice, you know. You get those guys that shoot free throws, you know, they go there and practice their shooting. You keep making them baskets to a certain amount they achieve. They want to go to a certain goal. That's what I do in team roping when I practice. I just don't go outside and rope it. I have what I'm trying to achieve, you know, game plan. Because when I first started out roping, I spent hours and hours on this dummy, constantly just roping it. I missed more than I would catch, you know. As time went on, you know, I got better. Listened to a few people, ran into a few good people, you know, they told me to do this, do that. But 80% of the time I learned it on my own though, because I went inside and just practiced it. Especially on the hay. This used to be on the hay, not on this. Because on the hay, it's got 2 spikes on these. You can get a bale of hay, you can adjust that head. You can lower it, you can make it like this, or like this, or like a deer. Because when you team rope, you get all kinds of steers. If you get those roped out steers, you know, they know when that rope's coming, they can hear it. When they get close, you know, because they've been roped a lot, they get roped out. So when they start doing their tricks to avoid to get caught, you know, they dip their head, they tilt it, they drop it low, or they try to run. Some of them run on the rope too, which that means when you rope it, instead of pulling it, it's running on the rope. It's not getting logged off. That's like this kind of sucks when you rope those roped out steers. They intend to do all their tricks because they've already been through it all. They've been roped a bunch, especially on the hillside. They want to drag, they want to trot, they don't want to hop. They'd be trying to jump like this, or they'd be shuffling. Whatever tricks they try to do to avoid the getting roped. That's why a lot of these steers, they take out a lot of ropers because they already know how to they already know what to do to avoid getting roped. But some of these fresh cows, they don't know what to do. They just want to run. As soon as that gate opens, all they see is that back end, and then they want to go to there. Those are the best steers to rope. Roped out steers are good to rope too. That makes you get back to the basics. If you keep roping good steers, you kind of get spoiled. And when you go to a roping, you think the steers are good. And when you get those trashy ones, you can't rope it. That's why it's good to rope all kinds of steers. Trashy steers, slow steers. Because when you compete, you don't know what you're going to get. Stock contractors bring steers. They can rope all day. Steers be going all day nonstop. They might switch out a pin. You don't know what pin that is. They could be runners, draggers, medium runners, or it could be all mixed, small horns, big horns, no horns, just a horn rack. You just don't know what you're going to get when you compete. Especially when you rodeo. When you rodeo, they draw you your steers. So if you're like, just say if you're up like maybe the last performance, and then you look at your steer you drawn, they have a tag on the ear. You got the numbers. Stock contractors and the rodeo committee, they put the chips in a hat or whatever can. They draw which team gets the steer. Then they have a list of the teams that competed prior to the last performance. Then you can see what steer that they got in no time. You'll see that number on the sheet, the day sheet. You'll see what steer ran, what time that steer got, or if they missed it, or if they roped it. Then you get together with that person that drew that team. You go there and ask them, okay, so how was the steer you drawn? I have that same steer you guys roped. Some people will tell you, and some won't. Just the way it is. Sometimes it's good to watch the team roping too before like the day before. Get the steers down, write them down, go to the performance, see what team is up, which steer's that one, try to memorize it. Then when you up the next day, then you see what steer you drawn, you have an idea of what you have, what steer you drawn. But on a jackpot's different. They shoot run them. You don't know what you're gonna get. You just nod and chase after it. Sometimes you might get a runner, or you might get a pup. In team roping, they call a pup a slow steer. That just barely goes out, puts out. Those are good though, but same time, the time starts moving because you're behind a barrier. Once that steer trips that eye, you can finally chase it. But if you go before it, you break that barrier. So the steer's got to move a certain amount where they put that electric eye or neck rope. Neck rope is measured out by the box. They measure it to see how it is. I think it's usually half the distance or whatever they want to make it. That's why it's really important on those neck ropes to really watch the team roping, to watch the steers, how they get a start. Same way as electric eye. They have the alleyway. You can see where they tripping, and you can know which where to go. Sometimes usually by the shoulder or by the ribs or by the hip, depending on how far is out there, but by the electric eye. So just say if the eye trips right here, when you get to it, you can well, it's kind of hard to explain because yeah, but they go through the alleyway though, a little pathway to trip that eye. But they can have the eye way out there. Let's say it's right here. Let's say this is the. I don't know if I can explain. I gotta draw it out on a piece of paper. I will though. I got a lot of time on my hands, so I'll draw that out. But it's good to rope all the steers, trashy steers, good steers, runners, pups, head duckers, draggers. Because when you compete, you don't know what you're gonna get. Like I'm saying, people will tell you how that steer is, and some won't. Some people are just like that. It don't bother nobody. You just gotta figure it out. Because when I first started rodeoing, nobody wouldn't tell me shit. Because people, they want to see you how you rope first before they start talking to you. So, if they see you going to rodeos constantly and roping good, that's when they start helping you, or like on the draw, like, hey, that steer is good. You guys got a good steer, or that was a bad steer. This one runs, they'll say that to you. That's why it's good to let your roping do your talking for you. You just can't go over there. You gotta have in team roping, your roping's gotta talk for you. Because they ain't no one gonna say shit to you standing there with the rope. They don't even know. Anybody can hold a rope standing by the fence like this. Wear cowboy boots, and they might not even be competing. They're just having a rope in their hand, just holding it for their bro. That's why your roping's got to do your talking for you to get out there, Because when you first crack out, ain't no one going to talk to you. They'll just say, oh, this is not at you, or don't even acknowledge you right there, That's why you have to make your roping do your talking for you. Once that does, man, all kinds of doors open, all kinds of people are like, hey, that guy ropes pretty good. Let's go hang out with him, That's when you start getting them traveling buddies, You form a group. And next you're going in one vehicle with like 4 or 5 different people, Traveling the rodeo trail or doing whatever, competing against each other. But hey, the thing about rodeo is everybody competes against each other, and they're still friends at the end of the day. He might not win, and this person might win, but still, they're still bros because they're competing everywhere. Next rodeo, that person might have not done good, that won that rope, and might not have not placed, and that guy that missed, it usually goes back and forth. And if you're on a streak, man, shit, it just goes, man. That winning streak is all on until you ruin that streak yourself, Keep that. If you keep winning, man, the momentum carries on through the summer, through the fall, through the winter, through the next year. It just keeps going. When a person can ruin that shit hanging out with the wrong crowd, then all that shit will go down the drain, and your competitiveness they'll show too. Everybody's been there. Every rodeo association, every professional, they go through all that shit, But it's good to rope the steers, any kind of steer. Because when I was training the horses, man, I was training 4 horses. 2 of mine and 2 of this guy. He sponsored the arena, the cat. He furnished everything, the arena, the cattle, and these 2 horses he had. he came to me one day, you know, like, hey man, I got these two horses. You want to try them out? I was kind of, I was kind of skittish at the start. I was like, what do you got, man? Are they broncs or what? You know? He's like, hell no, they're roping horses. You know, so I was like, okay. You know, I just went over there, check it out. You know, just go. I was like, he got some steers. I was like, okay. I was like, oh shit, man. Got everything furnished for me. The first year, he got the wrong steers. He got the fast cattle. When you train the horses, you really don't want to rope fast steers. You want to get those roped out steers, those slow steers. Because you're training a horse at the same time, you're training yourself to rope that steer on a slow, on a slow, on a slow, wait a minute, what did I say? It's good to, when you're training a horse, it's good to rope slow steers. Because if you just rope fast steers, the horses tend to blow up. They start acting up because everything is just at a fast pace. They don't see what they're doing. Their mind is running. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Just like a horse race horse. When that gate opens, man, all they do is want to fucking run. That's why you have to get slow steers, score a lot. Especially score more than you rope. Scoring is the most important thing in team roping. Because if you don't get your start from the get-go, you're fucked, man. You are screwed from the get-go, man, no matter what. Because if you don't horses, because your start is the main key from winning the roping or placing in the top 5 or whatever places they have. If your horse don't score good, you fucking that steer goes out and you hold him back, you're already late, man. You're just playing catch up. You're just trying to play catch up at the end. You're just trying to chase that down. Like, oh shit! I hope I get the steer down. You know, everything's going so fast. You have to throw it. That's why it's important to have your horse score. Scoring is the key in team roping. In any event, bulldogging, calf roping, breakaway, steer roping, team roping, all those events that go behind a barrier, your horses have to score. If it don't score, man, you're too busy just trying to not break that barrier. And you're already donated. You might get lucky a time or two, place last couple of holes down. Might get away with it, a few checks, but same time that ruins the horse. You know, every time he hears that shoot bang, you know, he starts to jump. And that's when they start acting up, doing all their whole mess in the box, you know. So scoring is a ticket. Because you want your horse to break flat. Once your horse breaks flat, the faster he'll get you to that steer. Get out, get right behind the steer and rope them. That's when you have more control of the steer for your heeler. Because you're the quarterback. You're the guy that sets the steer for the heeler to rope from the very first shot. From a crossfire to the second jump is where you want to have your heeler catch it right there. That's why it's really important to score. Because if you don't score, you just throw it. Man, that steer fishtails. What fishtail means is when the header throws a bomb and he dollies it, that steer, that rope will really push that steer out like this. And that's hard to heel because you're coming in that you don't know where your position is going to be because that steer is going out, coming back. By the time you get in time, it might be on the 4th hop because it's all fishtailing like this. Because when you go fishtail, it pops out, it comes in, it jumps, then boom, you can rope it. You know, that's on the 4th jump because the first jump, its ass is all the way like this. This way, it goes this way, boom, and it finally right there. especially if you're in a short arena. If you fishtail it, man, you hit that fence, you're like, oh shoot, I can't get your timing, man. All the runs stop. The momentum of the steer stop because the header's into the fence, so he can't log it off nowhere. So the steer just stalls right there, can't get logged off. So he just shots up the arena or just right there. That's why it's important. When I competed, I always score. When I practice, I score more than I wrote. Like I said, scoring is the key right there. Because you want your horse to break flat. Because if you're not scoring, if your horse jumps, you're too busy like this, whoa, trying to hold that horse back. And by the time you go, you're already trying to get back in balance with the horse. Versus when you come out flat, you can rope it right there. But if you're scoring, if your horse can't score, you break out, you're like, you're just like, oh shoot, you're trying to back up to get where you can rope it. Versus when your horse scores good, you don't even have to let your roping take over. Because if your horse scores good, you can. Not bad though. I just threw it. I didn't want to hit the tripod because it's just right here. The tripod's just right there. I scoot it back. I'll scoot it back now. I got nobody watching. Oh well. See if your horse scores good, you can break flat like this. Get rid of it like that quicker. But if your horse don't score good, you're out of balance from the start, from the departure to getting to your staying in lane 2. If you don't score good, you're too busy trying to hold that horse. And the steer's right there, then that's what you'll split the horn. What I mean by splitting the horn is like this. See, that's called splitting the horn. This rope goes right here, goes like that. That's how you call splitting the horn. Let me try it one more time. See? Splitting that horn. That's why you got to keep your elbow up and aim right here, not right here. You can see where my Hondu was hitting right here. Well, actually, I want to hit it right here, base of the head. Watch, I'll show you the difference. Right here, base. That's the base of it, though. So that's team roping right there on the draws, on the cattle. Sometimes too, when you go to your roping, sometimes you might get the steer's horn barely sticking out of that horn rack. It's just the way it goes, man. Can't do nothing about it though. You just got to go rope it. Either get the whole neck or Hopefully get a nice tight rope, dally it and turn. Hopefully it stays on. But you can't really do nothing about that though. The cattle, they get furnished and the roping people that bring the steers, you just don't know where the steers how long have you won't know until they start running, until you start seeing them from the first team out. You'll see what you're working with through the whole roping. Watch the cattle. Don't just sit there. I usually don't sit there. I usually just sit there, joke around, all that shit though. But I was taught to watch the cattle, watch the steers, watch the roping. Don't just sit there. Because the people that just sit there are the ones that don't win. Because they're too busy conversating, not watching the cattle. So when I compete, I always watch the steers. I sit there all day, watch the cattle, watch the floor, see how people rope, watch your bros rope, or watch people that rope. So what's good about team roping, you can do all kinds of stuff. There's a lot to team roping though. But it takes a lot of time on this dummy out here a lot of time on riding your horse. Horsemanship is the key in team roping. If you don't have the horsemanship, man, you might get by a year or two down the road, and your horse might start acting up on you. Then your winning streak will start going down. So it's good to have good horsemanship. Learn what your horse can and can't do. What kind of steer he likes. Horses are like humans, man. If you can read a horse, you can fix any horse. I am lucky that I can fix a horse. I fix a lot of people's horses. I kid you not. I'll go to a roping. People get frustrated. They're like, man, how the hell are you doing that? When I used to head, like, I can't do that with my horse. Then I was like, well, let me check it out. I'll check it out next week. And, bring it to the practice. I was like, okay, go. They bring it over. I'll jump on it. I'll ride it first before I rope a steer. I'll ride it around, see what the hell I'm working with. I just don't go jump on, warm up, and chase a steer. Hell no. That's when you get hurt. The horse might be spoiled, might have bad habits you don't know. That's why it's good to run around, fuck around with that horse before you start roping steers. People miss it, go chase it down, chase it in that catch spin. See what you're riding. Just like a vehicle, you just don't jump in and when you go to an auction, you just don't jump in. You got to look at that car, observe it. That's how it is on horses. You got to observe them horses, especially when you're trying to fix somebody's horses. You don't know what they want you to fix until you jump on it and see what's wrong with it. But I fix a lot of people's horses. I'm glad I got that horsemanship down. When I first started, I didn't know how to ride a horse. And boom, ended up roping in 2 weeks. It just took, I don't know how ability I got, man. I didn't know. I was just born with it. Like I said, no one taught me to rope. I just no one taught me to rope. Like I said, I figured it all by myself outside, roping the dummy constantly, hours and hours of roping the dummy. Now, go out there, do one swing. It's just all muscle memory. You go out there and rope a steer, boom. That's why people always ask, man, how the hell you do that? You know, I was like, I usually don't tell nobody unless I really know them. But I just don't tell people what I know unless I see them really struggling and getting frustrated because I've been there. In any sports, people get frustrated, pissed off, start throwing shit around, start cussing. It's how it is in life, people get frustrated if they ain't going that way. Team up was like that. You could have a hell of a day, win everything. The next weekend, you could fucking miss everything. You could fall off your horse. You act like you never even roped before. The next roping, but like, what the hell. That's when you learn from that stuff. I see a lot of people get frustrated, but they don't learn from it. Because that was from my observation, team roping. Because I team roped a lot. I was headed up to the next level, man, until I ended up getting COVID. That changed everything around. That really messed up my game right there. But I'm trying to rebuild myself from the bottom up. Sold all my horse. I got no horses no more. Sold them all. Now I'm just like shit, just rolling into vibes and I go to roping. That's why I'm just making videos, content, that gets me out into the roping. That gets me out into the public again. That's why I do these videos. Gets me back into connecting with friends, roping friends, people I know. I see a lot of them too. I don't show them on the videos. I usually don't record that because we'll be having deep conversations. People ask me, well, why you don't rope no more? I usually tell them, and a lot of people, when they see me again, they're like, hell yeah, dude, keep it up, man. You're doing good. Next you'll be back roping again, beating us again. I was like, man, that's it. I'm not in a rush right now to do all that. I usually tell them, I'm just trying to get my life back in order. But people know me. I'm well known, but unknown at the same time. If you get what I'm saying. I competed a lot of places on the reservation, man. I won a lot of stuff on the reservation. I got cheated out too, a lot of stuff on the reservation because I was an outsider. Then it's just the way it is. Even on the county side, if you're an outsider, you go to that hometown, you start winning that roping. Everybody get all mad. You make new friends, man. When you win with people that you don't know, next roping, like, hey, let's go rope again. Next, I was like, hell yeah, go put us down. Next, you fucking winning with that person. The people see that, they ask you, hey, let's go in there. Like, okay, let's go for it. Put us down. Sometimes, man, I get to a roping. Shit, I'm already full. I haven't even saddled up yet. They be coming up to me, hey, I got us down. I seen you rolling in, so I went and put us down. I was like, what? Like, oh shit. That's why I said, let your roping do the talking, man. That's just how it was for me. I'm explaining myself, I ain't explaining nobody else, explaining how it went for me, you know. I see that a lot, man. That's what I experienced growing in team roping. Like I said, that's why I said, let your roping do the talking, man. Because when you get a roping, like I said at the beginning, people ain't gonna talk to you. People won't acknowledge you. They'll just ride by you. You know. Once I started roping better, people out of nowhere come up to you, hey, what's up? Good roping. You roping today? They come up to you and say that and ride off. Like, oh shit, dude, that dude. Hell yeah. Yep. That's when you know, man. That's when you know. One time when I started roping too, I kid you not, me and my brother, we went to a Lions Club rodeo. We're just waiting on the team roping and we're roping the dummy. Just mind our own business, Sure as shit, Alan Bach comes up to us, and say, hey, I've been watching you guys rope that dummy. You guys rope pretty good. I was like, oh shit. He's like, how many times you entered? I said, I entered one time. He was like, damn, I should have entered with you. Because him and Mark Simon, they rope, but they switched ends. Alan Bach headed Mark Simon heel, so they switch in. Me and my brother entered one time. We got our rundown though. We were like a 6-something. But there was like over 100 teams, so we were out of the money still though. But man, to get recognized like that by Alan Bach, that's pretty cool as shit there for a team roper, because everybody knows professional team ropers. That was one kick-ass shit right there. It's like I said, man, let your roping do the talking. People will come up to you out of nowhere, shoot the shit with you. They might not compete with you, but they'll talk to you, though. Or they'll recognize you standing there. They'll nod your head, acknowledge you, That's why I said, let your roping do the talking, man. Don't try to be the badass, Go over there, I can kick anybody's butt that's here, Next you know, you end up beating yourself because you're trying to beat them instead of going out there and competing, I see that a lot of people, when I go there compete, oh, I'm going to beat you this time. I was like, what? I said, I guess, man. I said, we'll have fun at it, I guess. I said, I'm just here to compete, I didn't come here to say I'm going to beat this person. Because you're competing against the cattle and the time. Once your time adds up to make short round, come back, whatever short round places you go, That's why your roping does your talking for you. I've been everywhere, man. Won lots of stuff. That's what's good about team roping. Meet new people. But though, but you cannot miss for a chick, no matter what. Nobody will not let that go away. If you rope with a chick and you miss for her, man, they won't let that shit go, man. They're like, you miss for her, You'd be like, damn. But I know. Your bros will tease you, At a friendly gesture, they're not gonna try to put you down, but that's just how it is when you rope with chicks, They kind of have that little joke thing, like, you miss for her. It's true shit, though. I'm not kidding you. People joke around when it comes to when you rope with chicks, you better not miss for her, you better catch for her, they'll say that before you even rope the steer, because they'll hear your name. When you get announced in the jackpot, they'll hear your name. Oh, you're roping with her? You better not miss for her. They'll say that, man. I'm not kidding you. It's funny, though. It is funny, though. A lot of chicks can rope, too, man. Nowadays, they can rope. They can rope nowadays. They're well-mounted. The horse industry has changed in the last 10 years. Actually, in the last 5 years. The horse industry has changed big time. Big time. You used to get away with a $500 horse, kick everybody's ass. Now, the $15,000 horses is what's doing it, man. About 10,000 on up from what I have seen, That's when you're getting into the open ranks, That's when you're getting into the that shit you want to do for a living kind of type horses, Those kind of horses are not cheap. You got to really take care of them too, because they break down if you don't take care of them. If you just rope all kinds of crazy shit on them, So I said horsemanship's the key. Team roping. If you can ride your horse good, you can rope good. But if your horse is acting up and not acting good, your roping percentage goes down. Your consistency drops big time. Might be 50-50 instead of 95% of the time. That's why I said your consistency drops if your horses are not scoring or your horsemanship is not there. Just the way it is. It's just the way it is in team roping. I think I talk enough shit for now. I only had 3 people watching. It's all good though. You hear me ranting about ropings. Well, I gotta go put the ropes away. I gotta go put all the ropes away. I'm gonna get ready. It's gonna get dark here pretty soon. I don't even know what time it is. But for the 2 or 3 of you guys that were watching, thanks for watching. I try to get to that roping Sunday. I think it's Saturday. I gotta look at the flyer. I'll post that flyer on my community wall, on my community page or whatever you call that thing, and put that roping that's coming up this weekend. Sun's going down. The sun barrier is calling it a day. The sun is going down, but in the meantime, y'all be cool. Y'all take care. And whatever you're doing out there, do it well, you know. Don't let people try to don't let those bad vibe people try to linger around you, you know what I mean? Because there's people out there that do that. They don't want to see other people happy, you know, they start fucking around with you. Try to throw you off track, you know. But in the meantime, y'all take care. So talk to you guys. I might go live tomorrow. Let's see how the weather is, but I might go to the library tomorrow. Try to get out. I can't record in the library though. But I might go live in a library just to have my little tripod and show just what I'm doing. But in the meantime, peace out, and y'all take care, and y'all be cool. Thanks for watching.